Hey, it's Noelle Costar here from NoWellness.com, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about travel anxiety. You know, it's something that a lot of us have for so many reasons. I mean, one of the biggest things is usually we're adventuring into some unknown thing just to get up and go into an airplane or maybe a long road trip that you've never really taken, the time to drive 8 to 10 hours before. It's something that puts us outside of our comfort zone. And so we automatically have some nervous system responses around that. But aside from that, a lot of you that I'm speaking to are empaths, and you sense and pick up other people's emotional energy as well. And so not only can it set you off by having your nervous system a little bit activated, but then really absorbing emotion from other people can wipe you out when you're traveling, and it can make you frantic as well. And so I learned over the years, because travel used to be, I love travel. I've always loved travel. I've always had an adventurous spirit in that way. But before I would fly, oh my gosh, like the night before I would stay up all night long. I don't know if any of you can relate to that, but I would be like nervous energy, still packing, not wanting to like complete or not have my stuff together. But I would just have a nervous energy going on. And then I would really be afraid to be on the plane. And I would be having physical sensations in my body in the airport the whole time we're going to the plane. Sometimes I would almost want to abandon ship. Don't get on this flight. Is your body trying to tell you something? And no, your body is trying to tell you something. It's not like some psychic premonition usually like telling you to not get on this plane, because psychic premonitions don't show up like fear, right? So that's another whole topic. But when you start to really recognize that a lot of people are in the fear frequency when they're in the airport, you're bumping up, your energy field is bumping up against theirs, and it becomes really high in that frequency. And so the best thing to do beforehand is tend to your energy, tend to your nervous system, tend to your mind before the trip, right? And so I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what I do now in my life so the travel is so much more enjoyable and I feel grounded and safe. Okay, the first thing is, if you are a nervous energy or you have a lot going on in your mind and you are trying to worry about a bunch of things, maybe it's details of the trip, or maybe you actually start panicking and thinking about, planes crashing or stuff like that, and it gets you all animated inside, even though you're trying to push through it. The best thing you can do is stop yourself from thinking those thoughts right away. Take a deep breath and just exhale those thoughts out of your mind and say, okay, those thoughts aren't serving me. So instead, what I love to do is I love to pray for the pilot, for the staff that's going to be on the plane. I love when I get to the plane, one of the things that's like a ritual for me is I always put my hand on the plane and I just ask for love and support and good energy to take us through and get us safely to our journey. I send a blessing to everybody inside the plane, and really it only takes like a minute, but it's something that anchors me in and makes me feel safe and powerful. And thoughts about things going wrong definitely doesn't do that for me. I don't know if it does it for you, but probably not. So that's just like my first pre-hand, before travel, is I start to imagine myself in my vacation feeling good, not feeling anxious, not feeling angry, not feeling, travel can really affect us if you're somebody that's empathic and then you hide away in your house. And so when you go out and travel, sometimes you can feel really overloaded and overstimulated. So my number one thing that I will not travel without is rose quartz. This is my very first piece that I ever got, and so it's the one that I always take with me. Now, rose quartz does so many great things. It really calms you down, all right? And it opens your heart so that you can have lovely new experiences, right? But it also helps with the fluids of your body, and it helps detox and just keeps you grounded a little bit while you're out there in the world. And I love it because if I have emotional turmoil, because sometimes you do want a trip, right? Sometimes you have things that are just feeling like you need to walk it out, or maybe you have disappointment or things. Sometimes travel doesn't always go perfectly, right? So when those things happen, I love to have my rose quartz. I love to be able to pass it back and forth in my hands, maybe take a walk on a beach wherever I am, and just have a couple of deep breaths and settle in. But more importantly, it's just like having that piece of home that is my safe crystal, right? That's gonna always root me back into calm down, peace and harmony, feeling safe inside of my body. Okay, another thing that I never will leave home without is my Ultimate Om song. So this is by Jonathan Goldman. I would play it for you, but obviously, you know, we can't do that. But look it up. It's amazing. It plays for like an hour or so. And what's great about it is that it just will really help drop you in and regulate your nervous system, because it's the seed sound, it's the mother sound, and we just become enveloped and synced in that. And so I love to do this little move here where you take your fingers, put it at your temple of the opposite hand, inhale, and then go around your ear, down your arm, and out your ring finger. And you're gonna do it on both sides. And what this does is it just drops you in. It actually, you're going over a meridian backwards called the triple warmer. And so it takes you out of fight, flight, or freeze response. So it calms down your nervous system. And I like to do that 2 or 3 times before on my way to the airport, like when I'm in the car or when I get there and I'm still in the parking lot. And, you know, the last thing I'm going to leave you with is just being able to do what I like to call gloss, putting on your gloss, okay? This is something I teach my students, my clients that have been coming to me for years, because this is just one way that every time you get into an environment like an airport where you're closed in with other people, like a plane, people that you haven't chosen to be, these are mixed frequencies, right? And we're all coming together, and we have to know that we're impacting one another with our energy field, okay? So if you do a little gloss, which step 1 of gloss is the G, just ground. So just take a breath and root into where you are. Taste the taste in your mouth. Bring your awareness to your feet. Send an exhale down your body, out into the ground, out through your feet, just noticing. Then step 2 is lights on. You're gonna turn your lights on. So you can imagine a switch and light just pouring down into your head, into your body, all around you. You can maybe look up and see that waterfall of light showering all down and around you. And the intention here is we're asking to be cleansed. Cleansed of all things that aren't ours to carry, so our pure light can be here. And then one more thing is the S, the shield. All right, so you're gonna take a breath, bring it to your heart center. And on the exhale, we're gonna imagine it moving out and just being a very bright light dome around you. Okay, now you can make your shields whatever you want them to be. My daughter likes to imagine that she has armor made out of hearts. You know, whatever you want yours to be. Sometimes I make my little discs up, but another way that you can practice putting on your shields physically is just to cross your hands over your body a few times. This is going to help your energy anyway while you travel doing crossovers. But but it will also indicate I have put on my shields, or you can zip up the front line of your body. And now you've put up your shields, you've put on your gloss. Do it before you fly. Do it while you are traveling. It will make a world of difference if you are somebody that is a super feeler. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hey, drop me a comment if you got something out of this. And I love you. Have a great summer.